Hey YouTubers, Muskrat Jim here, and today I'm with Rob and Peter. Peter's over there. We're on a hike over in Mapleton. What, Mapleton Trails?
Mapleton Trail, yeah.
Mapleton Trail. And it rained this morning, so it's a little bit damp, but I think we're going to be alright. We're going to hike for a little while, and then Rob's going to make us some fancy Turkish coffee, which is going to be a lot different than what I'm used to drinking. If you watch any of my videos, you know I'm an instant kind of guy. So anyway, stay tuned.
That's real. Well, and that's the thing. You want. Turkish delights and some dates, but you know, they're.
I brought a little bit of sugar just in case it was too bitter.
Actually, I brought Demerara sugar. So nice dark sugar.
Well, I'll put my shirt back on.
I don't know if this is just regular sugar or raw cane sugar. No, it just says sugar on it, so it must be just raw.
If
I mean, just regular.
Starbucks sell Pike coffee in the little Keurig things.
What kind of coffee?
The Pike, I think it is.
I never heard of Pike.
Yes.
Do they sell the Keurig things for them? I know they had the blonde.
They do. They carry the blonde, and
the reason is I'm starting school again tomorrow, and that's what they have for a freaking coffee machine.
Keurig, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, coffee cream is not something that they suggest.
Gotcha.
But I brought it because you might want to add it.
Yeah.
It's kind of almost sacrilege to add cream to Turkish coffee, but
well, I won't blame you. I'll actually make the decision to do it myself, so I will be the one at fault.
I'll let you try it first, and then
Yeah.
you can decide.
Well, because I'm an instant kind of guy, I also brought some coffee whitener. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not taking a heart attack at all the stuff I'm saying.
So that's the thing that you bought for $19?
Yeah.
Well, mine is something like that, but on the front two panels, it's got a long tent stake that you can actually drive into the ground.
Yes, keep it from moving around.
Yeah.
That's a bonus, big time, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be any good.
You could do
here.
it with this one too, to just make a couple slots.
Yep.
And just bend it out, and just you could run a.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
You could run
a long tent peg down.
You could just weave it in.
Yeah.
And put a tent peg.
Yeah.
There's three of them, one here and one on each side.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have the two in the front, and nothing towards the middle, and I found that when it's wow, that's a small cup, Rob. I'm glad I brought.
I brought you cup.
I'm glad I brought a bigger cup. Yeah, we're gonna need refills on those for sure.
Oh, if you drank two of them, I honestly wouldn't want to be in the car on the way home because you'll be all over.
Give you the jitters, eh? The only thing I didn't bring with me was instant coffee, because I figured that would have been too much.
Oh,
I brought a coffee cup.
Yeah, Tim Hortons, yeah. Well, I brought this cup.
you didn't see him? He stole that.
Yeah.
He stole that while we were there.
Is that why it's still dirty?
Yeah. No, we got that from the truck.
All right.
I have the same pot, but mine's a little thicker. It's a little higher. I got it from Vancouver when I was up there.
Okay.
What pot? Teapot?
This little pot like this.
Oh, a pot like that.
It's for making the Greek. I have Greek coffee every once in a while, so it'd be the same.
Okay.
The same.
Yeah.
Where did you buy your coffee?
This?
Yeah.
Believe it or not, the first time I've ever seen Turkish coffee, other than East Coast Coffee Roasters, Walmart. They just started bringing it in. They just literally, in the last week, because they're going huge international.
Oh, okay.
With a lot of halal foods.
Yeah,
and
they have to.
Yeah, oh, they have to, big time.
Yeah, we have a lot of immigrants coming to Miramichi now too. We never used to.
It's gotten to the point where it's.
Everybody said they're fighting about the French and English. Well, French and English have got nothing to do with anything anymore.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bigger picture now.
Yeah. That is Turkish coffee. It's literally, it's like talcum powder.
It is just like.
Well, it sure smells good. Hot chocolate.
It's like a hot chocolate powder, yeah. And it's thick. Like it's thick when your coffee. You put like in a little cup like that, you would put one full teaspoonful.
And it totally dissolves, right? No grounds.
Oh, and you bring your water to a boil, then let it sit for 2 minutes after, and then put it in? Is that how you do yours?
I put everything, Turkish, you add everything right off the bat.
Yeah,
and then
you bring it to a boil, and then you let it sit.
Just below a boil until it starts to rise, then you take it off the heat, you scoop off the cream off the top, and then you put it back on, and you bring it back up again, then you serve it.
Really? Yeah.
Whereas, and I think with Greek, it actually comes to a full boil, then you take it off, let it cool, and then you pour the whole thing into your cups.
The Greek people I know, what they do is they bring the water right to a boil, then they shut it off, add the coffee, stir it, and let it sit for about 2 minutes, then they pour it. And when they pour it in your coffee cup, you can actually see, it just kind of looks like molasses coming down.
Oh, really? It's a good thing they don't let it sit for longer than 2 minutes then. I was watching this one guy. He does a lot of cooking. His name is Cowboy something Rollins.
Rollins.
Yeah,
yes.
Rollins. Anyway.
Oh, he makes a wicked cowboy coffee.
Yeah, well, I watched his. Well, I mean, I've seen other people make cowboy coffee too, but anyway, he was talking about cowboy coffee, and it made me want to try it. And I haven't tried it yet because the only pot that I have is a little bit smaller than that one, I think, or roughly the same size. And you know, I don't need 4 cups of coffee or whatever whenever I'm camping by myself, or you know, hiking by myself or camping by myself. I don't need 4 cups of coffee made right away.
No.
But it is something I'd like to try, even if I do end up throwing away a bunch. But I have to get a bigger. Thing. You want to try? Oh, you know what you should try? You should try this metal match. I have a metal match here.
Rob, you have one of them too.
One of these?
Oh yeah.
You ever try one of these?
Yes,
anyway,
actually I did.
It's got lighter fluid in it, and of course when you take it out, it's still quite wet.
You bought one of those, didn't
so you have to kind of do that twice. There you go. It's probably a little too wet, or the wind's blowing in the wrong direction. It is kind of breezy. Okay, can you just smell it to see if maybe it's not wet enough? Maybe it dried out. I don't use it very often.
Just use the spark and then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
There you go. There you go.
Oh, now it goes.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it must be getting
just
dry.
my luck.
I haven't used it in months, but I mean, I filled it up with fluid there. I don't know when it was. Months ago.
I called my daughter, see how the baby's doing.
But anyway, the ferro rod part of it works all right. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Coffee time?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, my windscreen, it didn't come in a plastic container like this, it just came in a stuffed sack like this.
So, I'm out having a coffee with
But anyway, because it's so thin, I can easily put it in the back pocket of my packs, like right back here, and it doesn't take up any room at all.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to stroll over there to see if there's anything hanging out like me.
Yeah, okay. We won't follow you.
I appreciate that you're taking it
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. Thanks for the warning. Yeah, that is just like hot chocolate, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's got the consistency of hot chocolate. Just gonna take a look up and down this brook. Oh, I thought it was a bear coming out of the woods there.
No mushrooms. No mushrooms. Come back in a couple weeks, they'll grow. Are they cast or glass? No, they're glass. They look like the ceramic though.
The tin.
Yeah.
You mean they're not tin?
No.
They're not enamel tin like this?
Oh, nope. These are actually just like
Glass.
a ceramic.
Wow.
I have the full set at home.
Yeah?
By a full set? What do you mean by
The
that?
full set of like for Greek coffee and all that stuff.
Oh.
I used to drink Greek coffee all the time. All the time.
It's just so chocolatey. Like, it's just...
Like
the-
mocha.
Yeah. It's just amazing. It
Noticing
won't take long.
mosquitoes now.
And there we go. Oh!
The last half of her. So it just foamed right up, did it?
Yeah.
I'm trying to look through the viewfinder, and I wasn't looking at the cup itself.
There she goes. Up and away. Yeah, I lost all that crema. No, that's a big cup of coffee.
Cool, I guess. That wouldn't do me in the morning, I'm telling you.
Cool a little bit. See, now that's a lot lighter than Greek coffee. Because when Greek coffee, when you pour it, it comes
Should
out
be
just thick as...
Now, Cuban coffee comes out as thick as a Greek coffee, but it's mostly sugar.
Okay.
See, no, we never put sugar in ours.
Turkish coffee, you do, yeah. There you go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
This is probably really, really hot.
You're not having one?
Oh, I can only have so much coffee a day.
Well, it's definitely sweet.
Yeah.
But it's like a dark roast.
Ski it right on your side of your face.
And I feel one over this side too. I didn't bring any fly rope today. That's all right. Those mosquitoes, if they survive, they may not survive the coffee.
It's something like a Greek coffee,
Yeah?
I find. It's very sweet, though, compared to a Greek coffee.
Now, if you're making that like a Cuban coffee, you do it in a mocha pot. But what you do is when it first comes off of, starts to come up out of the top, you take it right off the heat. And that very first super, super thick, you take that and you mix it in a cup with 2 full heaping teaspoons of that kind of sugar. I know. And then you mix it up to almost a paste. And then you take and you put your coffee back onto the stove. You let the mocha pot fill up, and you pour that into the mixture that you just made, and that will float to the top, and it's like this super sweet floaty. It's a whole different world then.
So, did I mention I went to the Buckskinners last night, the meal? I went to, every year for the last 18 years, I go to support a muzzleloading gun club. So we went last night, and the 4 top prizes at the end of the night, well, my name was picked in the top 4.
Oh, cool.
So I knew I was getting something. So it was either... The main prize was a John Deere ride-on tractor and a smoker.
Wow.
Nice.
Those are big, those are big prizes.
And then the second prize was a 308 rifle and a gun safe. The third prize was a original Clarence Robichaud painting, which is valued at $500. And then there was a 300 a Hawa 300 Magnum for the 4th prize. So I won the 3rd prize. I won the painting.
So is he like a local painter? Or?
Yeah.
Well, with a name like that, I knew he was Acadian, right?
Yeah, and he... let me show you the picture here. This is the painting.
Wow. That's nice.
Nice.
And it's very, very,
you
very
to
nice.
Point that right at the camera there.
See that?
Looks good.
So so before as soon as I sat down, people were coming over. You want to sell it? Right off the bat. You want to sell it? You want to sell it?
Wow.
I'll give you $250. I'll give you $300. Like right off the bat. Like his paintings start like at $350. Like for.
So how big is it?
Oh, it's a nice big painting.
Really? Nice. So this is your coffee press, is it?
This
I heard you grinding your beans there.
Yes, these are actually the beans I roasted myself.
So what kind of beans are they? Are they like
the
ones that you get from
called Nicaraguan Antigua?
Juan Chaldes, can't even say it. Oh yeah.
And I do it just under a dark roast, so I don't like going too dark.
Yeah.
What we call first crack, just after first crack, just before second crack. You actually hear when as you're roasting it, it snaps like a snapped bean.
Okay.
And so the first time it does, that's called a blonde roast, and it's
really?
strongest caffeine, but it's the lightest roast.
Okay.
And the darker your coffee,
the less caffeine.
The less caffeine.
Okay. Now I understand it. I had heard that once before, but didn't really understand it. But yeah.
Could you chocolate cover these and eat them?
Absolutely. I've eaten those just like that. Absolutely.
Are they? I thought they would be like really, really hard to eat.
No. No, you can eat those. And
You want to have a bite?
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah.
The chocolate covered ones, I enjoy.
oh, those are addictive.
This actually
You can
tastes
buy
pretty
them
good.
actually at Starbucks. I buy them at Starbucks. Yeah.
I get them down at East Coast Coffee Roasters.
Which one's that?
That's the one down on St. George Street on the far end.
Oh, down
The
at
one that
Downey's.
you taught
At
showed me.
Downey's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Downey's. Yeah, I go there. I was there actually today.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I go every day. That's
They make some of the best coffee. Absolutely amazing coffee.
because I still get my coffee through Java Moose in St. John. I still get my order through them. So that's the coffee we had that I made up there.
In your press.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that little Stanley press.
Mm-hmm.
Stanley presses are good.
Yeah.
I like them too, yeah.
What I liked about them is that you could, they were great to, they're big enough that you can make your own, you could boil water to make your meal, like your, and then have enough water left over to make a coffee after.
Yeah. I think it was a good move for them to make that, because
otherwise you're bringing two pots, right?
Yeah, well, that Stanley pot that with the 2 cups.
Yeah.
That everybody has them.
Yeah.
They were probably the biggest seller they've ever had.
Yeah.
So they had that. They knew they were onto something. People like coffee.
Yeah.
And by making the press, it's super smart. Super smart. Because look at GSI. They did the same thing with a little French press, and then you just tip it up. It's all in one, right? Yeah. Same thing. It's a great idea. All right. There you go. Yeah.
I don't usually take sugar in my coffee.
Oh, okay. We'll take that away. But I know you do like coffee cream. So.
Yeah, I do like coffee cream.
Did I put that on too tight?
Oh no, I got it.
You got it?
Yep. You're getting lots of exercise there anyway.
Oh, yeah. Now, if I make my own...
Instant is so much easier.
Oh, stop! If I'm making my own Turkish coffee,
yeah,
I have to grind it first, and I have to put it back through, grind it again, just to get it fine enough.
Okay.
And that's tightened right down, the grinder. And
does that make it harder to turn when you're...
No, you're doing twice as much work for just a little bit of coffee to go through. It's a pain in the ass. So yeah, you have to double grind it just to get it close to as fine as that. So, alrighty. First one.
I was just going to say, nothing's happening. The Stanley one goes a lot quicker.
It does. And what I like about it, the beans, there's enough room in the bottom that you can keep it on top of the heat, and it still percolates through the whole thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like it stays in the bottom, and it. Now, where did you get that little thing for the cream? I'm trying to find little bottles like that, and I can't find them anywhere.
That's another order from GSI.
Okay.
And I've had a hard time getting them, so I had to actually order them direct from GSI. Contact them through the email, and you can order them online, but they're, what, $4.99 for 2?
Well guys, the coffee was great. I'm a little jittery right now, I have to admit. It's like I had, I don't know, 3 or 4 coffees. But yeah, it was great coming out, seeing you again, Rob. It's been a year.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it takes that long for the scars to heal.
Yeah, oh jeez. Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, till next time, this is Muskrat Jim, signing out. For more Muskrat survival videos, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell to receive notifications of newly uploaded videos on this channel.